Oh,
Hey, 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 Cherie. I am so happy to finally have you on this platform, sis.
thank you.
Oh
Thank you for
my
having me.
God. It is going down. It is going DOWN tonight. Hello, somebody. Hey, I you watching. Say hello, say hello, say hello. Yes, sis, I am so excited and I can't wait to recap what happened last night. Cocktails and conversation. I think it was really dope. I enjoyed myself and I want to get your feedback. Hi,
Mhm.
Brenda, how are you? I see you, sis. I see you. Yeah.
Hi. Oh, I love that. Brenda Starr. I seen her name before on social
Yes,
media.
yes, yes, yes. I don't know, Cherie. Can you share this out on your Facebook page?
Well, I know.
Yeah, go to my Facebook page. Good. I'm glad to see you doing
Oh,
good. Sis. Share it out on your Facebook page. If you go to my page and you just
okay.
hit to share, it'll share to you. Right, you're doing it from your phone. All
Yeah,
right.
all right.
Yes, 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 yes.
Here
It
we go.
is going down. I am excited. I want to do cocktail. I want to talk about this cocktails and conversation.
All about what made me start doing cocktails and conversations. And
Yes. First, let me introduce you. I usually do this full introduction. Da, 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 da. Let's hit the drum roll, please. Hello, somebody. Let me just tell y'all, this is my girlfriend, Cherie Deutsch. She is a psychoanalyst, psychotherapist. She has her own business. She is the owner of One Mind Wellness. She is here and she has always been, not she's not just here, she's everywhere she needs to be, right? But what she does is she helps men and women. She counsels them to get them healed, to get them whole, to get them to be their personal best selves, right? And Cherie is all about that. She's all about that life, trying to help people be better. Hello, somebody. Hello, that's what we need. We need to be better. Hello. Okay. So, anywho, this is my sugar. I love Cherie. I have always loved her. I think she is dope. And I'm so grateful, first to say, Cherie, once again, for you to come on this platform. Hey, Terry, I see you, boo. For you to come on this platform and let's talk about how you got started with cocktails and conversations. Let's talk about that.
over the years, so I've had my private practice for 10 years, and over the years of seeing women in therapy, there's always been this issue of dating and meeting men, and even with some men meeting women. I see more women in therapy than men, or you know, although I see more women than men. But
Mhm.
I kept saying, all right, I'm gonna do something. I need to do an event. Maybe I'll do an event with like speed dating. And I've been saying this for years. So
Mhm.
finally, they kept saying, "Oh, Miss Cherie, you should do it. You should do it on my female clients because they're mostly in their late 20s. Hey Terry, so hi Scorpio, how you doing?" He's like, so so anyway, they were like, you know, do it. So I said, all right, I'm gonna finally do it. I'm gonna do a speed dating event. Didn't know how it was gonna turn out, but I said, well, being that Kim is the relationship coach, I'm gonna have her come in. So I called up Will Thomas and was like, this is what I want to do. And all he said was, let's do it, sis, let's work.
Mhm.
So we did it. We started doing it. It was the first one we had was really, really nice. It was a great vibe. People came out. It was, of course, less men. It was shared with me from the men that I know that it was really hard to get men to come out, and I started from there. And I'm trying to use it as a platform to even for healing as well, because I think as Black people, we have a lot of
Mhm.
healing in women. So
Mhm.
that's where it began. So I think we're gonna try to do it once a month, see what happens. But last night we had not so many men. So, Will and I had discussed doing it as a cocktails and conversation just in case, we didn't get enough people. And so last night we had conversations and cocktails and we talked about relationships. And I feel like, as I've shared before, Kim, that it seems like there's just such this disconnect with men and women, right? There's this disconnect. And I'm trying to understand what that is, because in order to continue our culture, order for us to continue, being here in existence, we need to have relationships, right?
Hello, hello,
So
somebody.
so I think that's really, really big. And we need to start having these conversations so we can understand where the disconnect really is.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I completely agree. I completely agree with you. And
Mhm.
I think that a lot of times, Cherie, we do not, in a real way, even understand. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. All right. I'm doing something. I was sending it to Will and to Vic because I wanted them to I wanted them to watch this little situation right here as
Yeah.
we recap, as we recap, right? So, okay, so I think it's mega important for men and women to learn how to communicate with one another. And what I thought was absolutely dope last night was the brothers who opened up their mouths, i.e., Will, i.e., the other gentleman. I cannot remember. What's his name? William too?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. And he got up and he spoke and he said what he needed to say. And I thought that that was like absolutely amazing. And I went up to him as I was leaving and I said, thank you for opening up your mouth and sharing your voice, right? Because a lot of men don't say very much at all. They think they're going to be shot down and that their voice doesn't matter. But we need to hear from the brothers. You know, it is mega important to hear from the men, right? I need to hear what they had to say, what Vic said, what Will Thomas said. I thought that that was all like paramount for the whole evening because there was a lot of women there. And although there were some brothers there, a lot of them were afraid to open up their mouths and really say anything because they didn't think that they were going to be heard or that they were important.
You think they were going to be heard, and a lot of them felt like the women were angry. You know, I think a lot of the women are fed up, you know, and tired and want to be in relationships. I think.
Yes, I would be inclined to say the same. And I think women are very, very fed up. I think that that's a lot of not necessarily what we were hearing last night per se, um, but I think it, you know, it's all over. It's a part of the energy that is exuded, whether you say it or not, right? It's like certain things like women are just absolutely not going to deal with, and that's you. Listen, no, go ahead on about your good business because I'm not dealing with that, right? That kind of thing, you know. So I just thought that it was really, really dope. So we were talking earlier, and one of the things that you said last night was unrealistic expectations is what you believe that women have about men. So can we go into that a little bit today?
I'm trying to think of something in particular. Remember last night, I couldn't remember exactly what the young lady was talking about, but so you know, I can use one of the examples that a young lady had spoken to me about when they first came in, and it was just like maybe six of us sitting down talking because they got there kind of early, and she was saying how there was a gentleman who that she was seeing, but he had never taken her out. Okay, so and it was 3 months into the situation. She's seen this guy for 3 months, and he had never taken her out. So, and then you know, and I wanted to ask more, but then she said, you know, but I asked him, does he just want to come lay up in my bed? But so that's the issue. We set the standard. We talked about this earlier.
Yes, we do. We absolutely set the standard, right? And I think sometimes, like when a person is, you know, halfway decent to us, we kind of have a tendency, if you will, to just allow them for the sake of having somebody in our lives. And this might not be everybody's testimony, but you know, for those whose testimony it is, sometimes just to have somebody in our life, we kind of like let things go. We, you know, we don't stand on our the principles, right. And so that's problematic all within itself, right? If you don't stand on your word, they not only can they not trust you, you can't even trust yourself.
Yeah, we talked about that last night. Yeah.
Yes.
Trust yourself.
Who is Facebook user? Give StreamYard permission to see your name. It says, sorry, I missed this event, but I was only in New York for a hot minute. Why do I think that's Benny Ha? I don't know. I'm thinking that's Benny Ha, but I'm not sure. But yeah. I think when you don't stand on your own principles, then nobody else is going to make you adhere to them. Your standard, like people are going to do what you allow them to do to you.
Right. I say that constantly. I mean, I even say that in therapy sessions with women, you know, they're only going to do what you allow them to do. If you accept the behavior, then that's what you're going to get.
Yes. It was Benny Ha. That's who's talking. Okay. I knew that was you, Benny. You said New York for a hot minute. Okay, it says Terry says that's what we were talking about earlier, Kim. Many women have to regain their power standard setting. Absolutely, because I don't think women understand how powerful they really are, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you this. They don't. I tell you this because this is something that I've been saying in therapy sessions for years to women, especially younger women. And when I say young, I mean in their 20s and 30s. You know, like it's like you want to be in this relationship by any means necessary. It doesn't matter what it is. You just want to say that I have this man or I have this husband, and it doesn't. You know, you're not thinking about how you're being treated. You know, you don't care about all of those things. You just want to be able to say I have a man because obviously that means something to you. It's a status symbol, or it has a meaning for a lot of women.
Wow.
And a lot of women feel like if I'm not with a man, then what is it going to mean about? What is it going to say about me?
Right. Do you think that comes from pressure from family or friends or something? Like, where is that stemming from? In your psychoanalyst, psychotherapist hat, like, what do you think that's stemming from? And I know it could come from many places.
Yeah, it can. There's always multiple determinants. Always remember that. But it could come from many places, and it could come from how you were raised. It could come from societal, pressure, like what people see. Basically, that's what a lot of people are going by, what they see other people, whether it's television, because that's what I mean when I say that they have these unrealistic.
Yeah.
Because it's like they're watching television and they're thinking that this is what's really supposed to happen. Like, no, this is TV. You know,
right. Was it Will who said last night, "This is the damn housewife of the land"?
He said, "Love and hip hop." He's right. He's right though.
It's that love and hip hop thing.
Because everything doesn't have to be a conflict. And then one of the biggest things we always talk about is communication, right?
Hey, Felicia. I see you, sis.
People have to learn how to communicate.
Yes.
Social media, yes. Pressure. Oh, so she thinks it's pressure from society. So hi, Felicia. I'm just seeing that. So pressure from society. Can you speak to that a little bit? What do you think the societal pressure is?
I think that the reason why it doesn't work is because of pressure from society.
Why do you think that people want to be in relationships or have this urgency to be in relationships, even if it's not healthy?
To be honest with you, Cherie, I wish I wish I really truly knew why. To be honest with you, I know that it's rooted in not thinking that you're enough, right? But to be, like I'm pretty much like you. There are so many things that contribute to why women. Hi, Patricia. I see you. Good evening, sweetheart. Benny Ha, I need you to give StreamYard permission to see your name. They won't keep it, honey. It's only for this broadcast. Mm-hmm. And the reason why is because I need to differentiate between who's saying what, when, and where, right? And to be honest with y'all, I have a class I have to teach every Wednesday night, and it starts at 8, but I'm going to be on here a little longer than 8. So I see some of the people that belong in my class, so y'all know already that I'm doing it live. So y'all just give me a minute. Once the live is over, I'll be right there. I'll meet y'all on Zoom, regular back channel. Program in the station. Hello, somebody. So this is what I want to say. I think that there are so many things that contribute to that, to the pressure that women feel to be attached to somebody else. Oh yeah, you did, baby. I can see you now. yeah, there are so many things that contribute to that. And I think, like you said, like it can be rooted in, never feeling like you're enough, low self-esteem, not caring enough for yourself in the way that you should. Nobody ever told you, right? And the only thing you ever knew was that I wanted to be with somebody, and you never understood what comes along with that, right? So I think it's so many things that can contribute to that, other than just quote unquote society, right? Because I think that the truth is that we're supposed to be with somebody, right? We're supposed to have somebody that cares for us. I believe that that's the way that God set this entire thing up, right? That we would not only for the sake of love, but really having nothing to do with love, but for the sake of procreation.
Right.
Right. And so we in fact, I say this all the time. There is a biochemical reaction that we're supposed to have for another human being. Otherwise, we would never be in any relationships. And if people understood that at a more cellular level, then we would get through the phases and the stages of love without all of the, letdown and the disappointment. And we would learn from that, and we would grow, and we would move forward and grow morph into these beautiful people that we're called to be, in acceptance and in love, right? And I think that people don't understand the stages of love or the biochemical reaction, which it seems scientific, but we are really hardwired to be that way, right? Because so it's not really just science. This is what we were designed to do and to be, right? And so, that's why we fit together, male and female, like a glove.
Right.
Yeah. So I have, outside of that, I don't know why we struggle so much. And I think that that's what we were trying to get to the root of last night during the conversation that I thought was absolutely dope. Like Felicia, I believe it was you. You had so much. I need to talk to you. I want to interview you here on this platform, or also a Theta. Girl, I'm gonna mess up your name. Pray for me. I want you as well. I want y'all, at some point to come on this platform so we could just kick it, But I think it's important to get to. I know, girl, don't laugh at me. She laughing at me. I'm a butcher it. I'll be too, girl. Pray for me, okay? Pray for me. But, so that we can discuss these things, because these are real issues that women are dealing with at this particular juncture in their lives. And yeah, I think that we need to sit down and have some discussions.
I think there needs to be more conversation between men and women. I do, Black men and Black women. I don't think there's enough of that. Healthy conversations. Right.
Healthy conversation. I think, what does Terry say? Terry says, I don't believe there is an across the board for that answer, ladies, as the reasons are for as far as too many. Yes. Yeah, that's what we said. It's all part of the divine plan. Thadia, girl, I feel like calling you right now on the phone. Tell me what your name is. It's all messed up. Okay, I didn't mean it was just. No, I know you didn't, sweetheart. I know you didn't. I think men are always looking for the next best thing.
That's the narrative that a lot of women have, and we can't. That's too general.
Thadia. You see it?
Yeah, no, I remember she told me her name, but I can't.
Yes.
Theta.
T-A-T-E-E, Theta.
Theta? Oh, that's what she wrote?
Okay. Theta. Right, Theta. Okay, listen.
We're going to call you T for now. We're going to call you T for now.
Hello, T. That's what we're going to call you, T. Hey, T. What's up, girl? Because, girl, I be done butchering everything. But okay, it's a long E sound.
So what she said is they'll be willing to listen to. Yes, no, Dion, Benny Ha.
Right.
Last night we there was definitely somebody did mention that some people are just waiting to respond to whatever somebody has to say, but I think we had some healthy, open conversations and honest conversations last night. And
Yes.
that was my goal if we weren't able to do the speed dating.
Yes.
Just to be able to talk about what the issues are. T said that, that men are always looking for the next best thing. If that's the case with some men, we're going to say some men, right? If that's the case, then maybe we need to have a conversation as to why that is, because that's something within them, that they feel like they need to look for the next best thing, or they can't settle down. Or because some people have this idea of like a man shouldn't be with one woman. So
yes. Why do I know who you're talking about when you just made that statement? I know exactly who you're talking about. And I hope you watch it, because I know who it is who said that.
Mm-hmm.
But can I just say this? Everything is about perception and personal experience, right? Mm-hmm. And so when I was thinking about, like, when I was on my way home, driving home, I was thinking about some of the things that were said, right? And, really processing it. And I think that, like, when people use money as the barometer by which they're going to measure the value and the worth of another individual, whether it's male or female, I think that in and of itself, right, is a problem. Because I am a woman. I don't know how I became this way. All I can tell y'all is that my father was an entrepreneur, and so was my mom, right? So I am an entrepreneur by default, I think, right? And the truth is that I have so many amazing and brilliant ideas that if I had a partner, I wouldn't care how much money he made, as long as me and him were on one accord with taking our lives to the next level and building something, right? That there was absolutely nothing that we can't do. And I believe that I don't need a partner to be a millionaire, but if I had a partner, I wouldn't just be a millionaire. I would be, millionaire. You understand what I'm saying? Multiple, right? And because I think that, and it's not that I need him to complete me, or I need anybody in my life to complete me, but what I'm saying is all of the hard work that I'm doing in my business, and then if he had his business and we supported each other in that, sometimes all a man needs is a woman who is thinking outside of the box. So if he's only making $50,000 or $60,000 in New York, that is no kind of money to be making, to be honest, because everything is hella expensive, right? But if we had some really good ideas, like renting out houses, you don't even have to own the house. You can rent a house and make it an Airbnb, right? Or you could follow guys like Wall Street Trapper, or all of these different, these.
For some reason, I feel like last night when I was talking about generational wealth, and I was saying having a partner, that's important. Having a partner when you want to create generational wealth, right?
Yeah.
And I also feel like I don't feel like most of us are thinking from that perspective.
Right. But if you built it once, you can build it multiple times in different venues. And I think we shut our minds down, and we don't see the value, sometimes as women, and then sometimes even as men, right, to take the leadership in that, right, and say, okay, together, right, because he might make 50 and you might make 75, right? So together we make 125,000, and we need to work on our credit for this next year, right? And then we need to think about the business plan. So over this next year, while we're not only working on our credit, we are going to make sure that we, set up our business account. We're going to make sure that we do this. And what that does is it gives people, because it's in alignment prayerfully with purpose, right? And when people are operating and building, when they're on purpose together, you can create an empire. And I think we get stuck at the point.
Only way we're gonna, well, that's one of the ways. I can't say only way, because I do feel like, depending on what you're doing, you can create wealth independently. But I think that part of it is so important, especially for the next generations.
But not only that, it's important not just that we leave legacy for our children and grandchildren and so on and so forth. I think that it strengthens the relationship.
Yeah, I do too.
Because now you're working on one accord. You come in at night, you've been at business meetings and you've been doing whatever. And your man said, baby, I talked to the contractors today and they said, do. And you're like, oh, really, babe? Okay, good. So how's that going? And it puts you in a mind frame so that you and him can build together, or you and her can build together because you're on one accord. And then that then begins to take, into consideration the being equally yoked piece, right? Because you might not have started out on the same thing, the same amount of money, the same whatever, and he could have been married to a woman that did not have any ideas. Hello. Right. And if she was just fine with being home and taking care of kids, and that's a full-time job all by itself. But now kids are grown. And you starting your life over again, and now you don't found this beautiful woman that you're attracted to. Let's get it.
I think that as people of color, I think Black people, I think that melanated people, I think that historically we have been brainwashed to feel that we aren't capable of doing certain things.
You know what's crazy? We were talking about this last night when we began to talk about the millennials, and you're 100% correct. Our generation, Cherie, is probably like the last generation. If I could be honest, we are probably like the last generation that will think this way. And I'm not saying everybody, right? But the millennials are coming out the gate. This is information that we didn't know before. Our parents didn't tell us how to set up LLCs. They didn't tell us how to put money in trust funds. They didn't tell us how to do any of that. These millennials now, these 20 and 30 something year old people, right, are like, yo, I'm gonna set up my own business. I don't have to work for nobody. I could do this, that, and the other. And all it takes is a coming together of the mind, where we are still on the tail end of what our parents believed. And now we are having to course correct and get in alignment with what technology, because is doing. I said to one of my girlfriends, and I'm gonna stop talking and let you have the floor. But I said to one of my girlfriends, she said, oh, people are not buying my artwork in Virginia. I said, Virginia, girl, you global. Right. Like we are stuck in the mindset.
I think post about that, because, when I think about where I'm from, Hempstead is a dot on the map. That is just like so tiny, it's microscopic.
Right.
It's like, I'm not worrying about people from Hempstead, because I hear people say that a lot. I'm like, I'm not worried about people from Hempstead supporting me, my business. Like, there's so many, it's how many
we got Zoom.
Yeah, there's how many billions of people in this world. I don't know. And so I think that a lot of us do have that mindset of we can't go past wherever we're from. We can't get past, there's this sense of hopelessness that we can't do with somebody else doing what we saw on television, or even now on social media. We see people doing things, and some people feel like they can't do it. But I don't know what it was that helped me, but I never felt that limited. And I talked about having my own practice for a very long time. And I never forget when I worked in the police department, when I was in school, because I worked in the police department from the time I was, I think 23. And I was in school probably the most of the years I was there. And then people questioning, like, so what are you going to do when you finish this? What are you going to do? And I was like, I'm going to have a private practice. Yeah, we'll see. You ain't going nowhere. Literally.
I saw you write about that.
Yes. They said that, literally, I wasn't going nowhere. You're going to leave this good job? Well, I ended up leaving. I started my practice, but I went to work in the school at the same time because I had so many years in that I wanted to be able to collect a pension. So I did my practice, and I still worked, and now I'm getting ready
to benefits too.
Yes, and I'm getting ready to retire now, and I have my practice that I've had for 10 years, and it's doing very well. It's growing every day.
Right.
Now I have therapists who work for me. And
hello, somebody. Hello. You better get this. Okay. Stop playing.
And I think to myself, I wasn't afraid to do it, but it was like, how do I do this? but I went to the right. That's why I always talk about Sherry Ann Best. Shout out to Sherry Ann Best. What's the name of her Broad Hollow Psychotherapy? Yeah, Broad Hollow Psychotherapy. She's in Farmingdale. I went to her. I was like, what do I need to do? Because I wanted to do my practice as a solo person. I was able to. It was simple. But then when I wanted to expand it to make it a group practice where I had other therapists work, I went straight to her, and she didn't hesitate to help me. You know, and that's another thing that we don't do is we don't help one another. We have to help. We have to have some unity. We got to help one another. Every other race of people, group of people, they help each other.
Right.
You know, people who don't do that.
Right.
So that's I'm always grateful for the ones who come and they help. So I always say to myself, how did I get that mindset? I just did it. And you can do it too. It takes discipline, and it takes long days sometimes. You know, like I just finished doing a therapy session, like to the point when I got on here, I was like, Kim, I'm drained.
Right. Right.
Well,
because it is hard. I want to go to some of the things that they're saying in the chat. Terry said, exactly, Cherie.
Yana, I see Yana. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey Yana, I see you, boo boo. Cherie, more conversation between men and women, in particular Black men and women, but the talks have to be honest. Absolutely.
Yes, yeah. And I have to say that the one we had last night, it was very open and honest.
It really was. I thought it was dope. So Benny Ha says, glad you mentioned that, Kim. When the second or third question I hear from a woman I'm just meeting is about what do I do for a living, it triggers a red flag with me because I'm thinking what I do is a level of respect or attention I will get from her. Then I'm turned off. Okay.
That's not always true though, Benny Ha.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not. That's all. They just want to they're trying to get to know who you are. That's part of trying to know who you are.
But can I tell you something? I feel the same way when a man asks me, can I cook?
Can you cook? I'll be like,
I get a whole attitude. Really. It just makes me sick.
Benny Ha, I don't even tell people what I do because then they automatically think I'm analyzing them.
Exactly. That's why I hate to tell people who I am as well, Cherie. I really do.
I work in a school.
Right. Hello, somebody. Girl, at least you got a backup plan.
That's not in dating. That's just in people in general.
Because they be what's growing. Okay, so Heather Gale says God created Adam and then he created Eve. There was a reason for his creation. Oh, absolutely. I don't know what that's in reference to, but I completely agree.
Talking about together.
Okay, right. Well, say it again, Cherie.
Probably when you're talking about men and women being together.
Yes. He had a purpose. Yes. Okay. And Terry says, right, Kim, but too many are comfortable with being unequally yoked. That's true.
I don't think they realize that they're unequally yoked. I think they're just fiending to be in a relationship.
Yeah, it could be that. Right. And they'll just take anybody.
Yes.
That's scary. Okay. Then Terry says, then millennials are the start of the new generation, and we, generally speaking, are the last of slave mentality mindset folks. I can kind of get with that.
Yeah, even though I don't have a slave mentality mindset, I get what he's saying. But I get. Yeah.
I can get with that.
More open-minded.
Yes, Felicia says people stand in their own way. And Yana says, "Hey, ladies, hey, Yana." Exactly. Felicia says, "Oh no," Terry says, and I go to one of her therapists in her practice. Okay, then. Okay. Okay. And T says, "Can you cook? Drives me crazy. Can you build a house?" T, I feel just like that. I mean, like, why you asking me can I cook? I get a whole
attitude. If you build a house, I'm gonna use that one.
Wait, I get a whole. I don't know why that thing upset me, and I would lie. And you know what I would do? I promise you, I would be like, no.
Yeah.
And then now, what you gonna do? Because no, I can't cook.
So it was kind of like what we were talking about last night. Was all of this cleaning and cooking? It's like, am I somebody's maid or what? Because I'm like, I got a clean lady. I'm not cleaning nothing.
Why does it bother me, Terry? Okay. It bothers me because most in generally, we are just having a conversation, and when it does, it implies what can you do for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
It implies what can you do for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you cook for me? And I don't think that I really want to answer that question, to be honest, because I'm like, yeah, I could cook, in my head, and I know I could cook, decent, right? But men can throw down too. So, but it bothers me because it's already asking me without them having done anything at all, not even a cup of coffee. Like, can I cook for them? And that thing drives me nuts. I don't know why. It's a pain in my behind. I don't know why, right? But it really bothers me because you haven't done the first thing. Like, if you do what you're supposed to do, I'll do what I'm supposed to do. How about that? How about we start there? How about you invite me out for a cup of coffee? How about that?
How about I get to know you before you start putting roles on me?
Right, exactly. How about that? How about that? That drives me crazy. Oh, okay. So wait a minute. Oh, cook for them, shaking my head. What a mess. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. Yes, that part. Yeah. Why they always ask it? I always ask a man if he could cook. Listen, Heather Gale said, I always ask a man if he could cook. That's what I'm talking about. Because can you cook me some? Let's do that. Let's do that part. Show me what kind of skills you working with. Benny Ha says, I don't need her to cook or clean, so I don't ask those questions in 2023. Hello, somebody. All right, you my kind of guy, Benny Ha. I thought he asked in general if you can. No, he want to know if I could cook for him. I be having a whole attitude about that's the only thing that bothers me too. I promise you. Like, as a starting question, like, I be like, really? That's all you got? Hey, Will. Look, Will is here. Hey, Will. Well, we need to bring you up here because we want to hear what you think about last night. The Cocktails and Conversations recap. Hello, somebody. We need you up here, Will, because you was bringing it last night. I said, oh, I said, Will a little on fire. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Terry says, y'all see how you say, how about get to know you first? Well, that's what Benny Ha was saying about women asking what he does. No, I was in agreement with him.
But Kim, hold on. Wait, Terry, you don't think that's part of getting to know with somebody? She's not asking how much money he makes. She's just asking what does he do for a living? What do you do? I mean, that's the question I've asked.
But just like you said, I don't tell people what I do. Right. Because they're going to think I'm analyzing them.
Well, they can tell me whatever they want to tell me, but I think that's just a part of getting to know. I'm not asking you how much money you make because you know what I mean. I'm just asking, what do you do?
Yeah. Good evening, Justice. I see you, sis. I see you. Okay, if a man asks me about my bank account, I get twisted. I know, girl. You know he better not ask. That's like asking me my age. Like, boy, if you don't go somewhere and sit down, you know what I'm saying? Go somewhere and go sit down. Take a few seats. You ain't asking me nothing about that. Well, we need you up here right now, okay? Same question. Occupation, money, laugh out loud. It's true because you can pretty much summarize by what a person does, how much money they make.
I guess I can't.
Wait, Felicia said when Will stood up, I was looking for the X. Well, where you at? I need you up on here. I'm gonna send you the link so you can join us. Oh my God. Wait a minute. That shouldn't be the second or third question as you are getting to know them. That shouldn't be the second or third question. As you're getting to know them, that generally comes up. Or, right.
I'll tell you that's the question I asked and I've asked. Like, what do you do? Like, I'm just, you could be a musician. It's not for me to measure how much money you make, or it's just me getting to know who the person is. But that's it. I've asked that.
Right. I think men are generally, to be honest with you, very proud to tell you what they do because a lot of men identify themselves by what they do.
Was I telling you tonight, Kim, when I was seeing how I dated this guy, and I was like, so what do you do? And he said, NYPD, baby. I'm like, I wasn't.
And you was like, did you start running? No, I'm just like,
I was like, he didn't know at the time I worked in the police department. So I was like, I'm not impressed. I was like, this is me. Oh, okay. But just how he responded said a lot about who he was. You know?
Yeah, but a lot of men define themselves by what they do.
Absolutely.
They really do, and not who they are, right?
Absolutely.
Not all, but a lot, right? They'll be like, I'm an engineer, you know, like, okay, I'm an electrician, you know, and, you know, like, you know, they define themselves by that. And and it's like, it's to them, it's all encompassing, but I want to know who you are. Like, I don't care what you do. I want to know who you are.
I want to know what you do for a living. I'm just, because if you say, well, I'm a drug dealer.
Well, no, see, you play too much.
Well,
Anybody deal with all of that.
No, men have said, I've heard men say they're in the pharmaceutical business and be dead serious.
Oh, wait. Justice said he can ask about my bank account if he's gonna drop some money in it. If he say, baby, what's your cash app? What's your cash app, baby? Hello, somebody. Okay, all right. I feel in order to start a conversation or small talk, those are questions that come up. Yeah, I believe that too, Victoria. Those are questions that come up.
Hi, Victoria.
I know, hey, boo. That's what I was going to say. Hey, boo, hey. Right? If I say I am a CIO, I don't want that to be the reason I get the real number and not her baby daddy number.
So what, Benny? How? Then you know that's the one that needs to be weeded out. That's all.
Yeah.
But then there's another woman. If somebody like me is gonna ask, I'm not asking because I'm gonna give you my baby daddy. My baby daddy.
Right. No, because then you don't know. And I just said this to a gentleman that's a client of mine. I said to him, he said, oh, because he got, a lot of money. My assumption is because he owns his own business and he's doing extremely well for himself, right? He's a, big guy in the sports betting industry. Okay. All right, let's do that, right? And he said to me, I said, stop spending all your money out on these dates with women. And he said to me, no, I don't mind. I said, yeah, but when you do that, they fall in love with your hand and not your heart. Right. So maybe it's okay. He's, I know you got to eat, but, maybe you shouldn't be, like spending $400 and $500 a pop because you got it like that, because then you don't know if they really like you for you or what you have. Right. And that's my advice to men.
Okay. Like I want to tell Dion, like that you
Benny Ha, you mean okay, we need to be clear about this. We're talking to Benny Ha.
Sorry. You can that's your ability to be able to weed certain women out. Like, if I'm asking you what you're doing, it's not because I'm gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna date you because you work at Walmart. I
would say I'm a Walmart greeter. I'm just playing. No, I wouldn't. Well, I'll give you the link because I want you to get up on here. I don't know what you're doing, but I have sent you the link to your inbox on Facebook. Yeah, hey, Christine, I see you, boo-boo. I love you, sis. That's my beautiful sis. My experience. Okay, so wait a minute. So T says, so men, what type of questions should we be asking? There you go. I like that. You get them, sis. Get them. Okay, what kind of questions should we be asking? To the brothers. We wait. You know I'm a character, Cherie.
Shut up. And sit down. Don't say nothing.
Right. So like, what should we? What kind of questions should we be asking?
Benny Ha. Let Benny Ha answer that.
Yeah, Benny Ha. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, so he says my experience have been a totally different leaving New York and the time I've been here in Houston. Yeah.
What's been your experience? And yeah.
You want to come up here and talk to us too, you and Will? Benny Ha, you want to get up here and talk? I got about another 20 minutes. Let's take this show out with a bang. You know, y'all know I'm a mess. Kim Love Jones here, honey. I'm your certified relationship coach.
This is a question right here because I find that men, and this is just in talking to men in therapy, and just men that I know, either you're a gold digger or like I get confused because it's like men feel like women are gold diggers if they ask certain questions, but then if they're not gold diggers, then they're too independent or masculine. So I'm confused.
Well, what is it? Brothers, tell us. Can we get y'all brothers up here, please? And you know what Will did not say last night while we were all in the middle of this back and forth in the kerfuffle that was going on? Will did not say that he retired his wife. Hello, somebody. He didn't say that part, right? And it's like, you know, and in all that he said last night, he didn't say that part. And I thought about it later because I think that women, like, he didn't start there, but this is where he is now, that his wife don't have to work and he got everything. So when he was talking last night, well, I need you to come up on here so you could just break this down, you know, for all the G's in the back. For all the G's in the back.
He probably like,
and Benny, hi, you want me to send you the link? Because I'll put you right up on here. It'll be me, you, Cherie, and Will. So yeah, but like, you know, he retired his wife after all of those years. And it wasn't always easy. He's honest, but real talk, he did, you know, what a lot of men can't do. Ooh, or won't do. Hello, somebody. Let's say so. Okay. He said he in his PJs. Will, we only gonna see the top half. We ain't looking at your bottom half. Just put a shirt on and come up on here. Let a little muckle show. Put your t-shirt on.
In our PJs.
I know. We could be in our PJs too. You would never know. And all y'all see is the top half. Y'all don't know what's going on. We could be sitting here in our PJs, yeah. But anyway, wait, I want Terry. Terry says, ask whatever you want to know. It shouldn't be a script, but perhaps a question should be considered before asking. Okay. Benny Haas says, I don't want to tell her what to ask because that is not genuine. If you really want to know the person, let it come off natural, not like an interrogation. I agree with that.
What do you do is natural for me.
Yeah, because you're interested in what the person does. But this was my biggest takeaway from last night, Cherie, because I know we're recapping, but my biggest takeaway from last night was our perception and how we feel about relationships. And
just like he's saying it shouldn't be a script. It shouldn't be. You're right. It shouldn't be. So if somebody's asking a question we give things meanings. I'm going to tell y'all this. This is important for everybody to hear. Everything is neutral. We give meanings to it based on our own perception and what we've experienced in the past. Other than that, no meaning.
Yes.
Okay? So Benny, how you've given that a meaning that if somebody asks about your job or what you do for a living, that it means that she want, whatever you said it means. It really means nothing unless we give it a meaning. I know that might be a little too deep for some, but that's really what it is. I think in order for it to be natural, just like you said, if you give it that meaning that she's trying to see how much money you make, then that's what it's going to be, and then or it's going to determine whose phone number she gives to you. Then that's just the one that you don't want to be bothered with anyway.
Exactly.
So just don't make it have to be something like, well, she should be asking or what she should be. Let her be who she is, and you'll be able to see who she is as well at the same time.
Right. That's right. And I find that, can I tell y'all honestly, the reason why I'm always so silly when I'm out is if you can deal with that part of me, then you can deal with every other part of me. And I really mean that, because I am live and in color, right? But that's not who I am always, right? So if you show up as your authentic self, right? And just be who you are. You'll be able to tell so much more about a person, whether or not they can digest you, whether or not they want to take you in, whether or not they're truly interested in you and they want to get to the meat and potatoes, because I have a really, really good sense of humor, but I could be extremely serious as well, right? And so if you're going to be honest and you're going to talk about, okay, there go Will. Okay, Will is in the building. Oh, and he got more shades. Hello, somebody. Wait.
Very much no shade. This is my blind eye.
Oh, okay. I thought you had us. I was like, oh, Big Papa. Okay.
What's good?
I love it.
I know it's Wednesday. I had me out late yesterday. It's bedtime. I'm
them screens. I had to cancel some clients this morning because I was tired.
Yeah, we had y'all out in them streets last night.
Please. It was interesting, though. Very interesting.
Okay, so tell us, give us your feedback. We want to know.
As far as yesterday,
yes,
yeah.
I found, it was good that some women did open up and got, and did go into the discussion, and you guys tried to pull some of them out, but a lot of them just sat there. I guess some were somewhat disappointed that there weren't as many men there as it was the last event.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought it was really dope. I think the conversation piece, for me, it's therapeutic for me. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I think it's super dope. And I wish more men could really let their guards down and be somewhat more vulnerable and come out, man, for the discussion at least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I think putting the dating thing on it might scare men because they may have multiple situations or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Either that or don't want to seem desperate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I really wish that more men would come out, at least just to speak to the sisters and and engage in this conversation, because it was impactful. I mean, it helped me. I just wish there were more that came out. Like the brother Slick, he had a lot to say, and it was good. The men that did have something to say.
I think I got his information.
I want to interview him. I thought he was amazing.
Oh
when I was listening, and I gave him a hug and I said thank you, because we need to hear your voice. Your voice is so important in this dynamic, and not enough men stand up and speak truth, to women.
Yeah. We're scared of transparency. We don't want to seem weak.
Wow. He was giving everybody the business. I don't think he cared. He was an equal opportunity behind kicker up in there.
That means weakness, Will, because when you're being transparent.
Huh?
That means weakness when you're being transparent.
Some men may feel that way. Yes.
Wow.
Until you're broken, you know what I mean, and you know how to really communicate and express yourself and still feel like a man when you're done, when you're totally complete.
Right.
You know what I mean? Saying what you have to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's nothing left after that. I put it all on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing to fear. You know what I mean? And you can't act like don't nobody know your business, because they know your business. No, I don't care how secretive you try to be about it. You know what I mean? Somebody else knows.
They think they do.
You know?
It seems like Emotions 2.0, y'all. Because that's how we started at Spices. Cherie, you were at the beginning of Spices. Emotions 2.0. Except now,
you gotta get Darren in here. You know your boy Darren is
Darren is in love. Darren doesn't want to do anything but be with Ruth right now.
He's a good one.
No, he is.
Okay,
I think. Huh?
I got the information that you were asking for. I just looked on the paper.
What information? Oh, the guy.
Yeah, and somebody else you wanted to, but I think you got. But I got it here.
Yeah, because I think like even understanding the millennials and the differences in how they are relating these days, we know they haven't been through the trials and tribulations that we've been through. But when you're 30 years old, right? you like you have a whole different look on life. When we were 30, what did we think?
Right.
We thought we had the answers to, what was going on the moon. Like you couldn't tell us nothing. Right?
Yeah.
And literally debate you down to the floor. Hi, Nashia.
Well, these kids don't communicate like we did when we were younger. You know what I mean? Everything is through texting and social media, and they don't really get a chance to really feel what what it is to really be loved and held, and they don't get that like we did.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And now it's like, oh, I'm never talking to you again. I saw you hugging somebody on Instagram, or this girl is following you, or you know what I mean? Like, they're really destroy the relationship because of social media.
Or somebody put some heart eyes on your page. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Exactly. Like, and now you're ready to throw it all away because somebody, posted something, or may have had some interest, anything. I don't know.
Right.
But these kids, they haven't experienced much, but they're willing to say what they're not going to accept. You know what I mean? Like, no, if he cheats on me, it's over. Okay, that's cool. Right. But you have nothing invested. You don't have no children. You're not married. You've done absolutely
nothing.
You have experienced nothing at this point. Right.
Right.
But you're willing to throw it all away. You just, I don't know. And again, it all depends on the individual as well, because there's a lot of older women like that too.
And then it's been on their experiences too. So, because one of the girl who was making the comments about she wouldn't stay with somebody that long, she then turned around and talked about how nobody wanted to make a commitment to her, and there was always something sexual. So I don't know if anybody picked that up.
Yeah, I did, but I mind my business.
Yeah, I didn't say anything either. I picked it up. I said nothing.
Yeah, poor baby.
Okay.
You ladies did an excellent job, and all those women there, they're beautiful group of women.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I can't understand why. I mean, what, 4 or 5 men showed up?
No, it was more like about, maybe 10.
7?
10.
All right, but
okay. Benny Hahn said to send him the link. Wait.
My man, what up, Big? Yeah, so it was interesting. I know I should have left when I said I was leaving, though.
Why? Because why? Because then you wouldn't have said anything.
Yep. I could have went home.
You was good. I was like, you can't go nowhere, Will. Don't leave.
It was nice, and I love the way you guys engage. You know what I mean? I think we need to find out topics, get on them, and get off of them. You know what I mean? And not stay on it too long unless we are having a breakthrough. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Does that make sense, Sherry?
Yes.
I had a few people also sending me messages on my website also. So I think as Black people, we all have something to heal. I mean, I think people in general do, but I think Black people definitely we have a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was overall. I really think it was awesome. I'm like whatever support or whatever I can do to assist, I'm more than willing. I mean, my place is your place. Mi casa, su casa. I got you.
We need to really do a 2.0 Benny Ha, I sent you the link. Oh, okay, here he come. Okay, now, wait. Okay, now, wait.
B, what up, bro?
What up, gang? What's going, baby?
Yeah, you done moved on me. You need to let me know you was slowing down.
Jealous.
Yeah, when I pop back in, man, it's like I'm trying to accomplish a lot of things in a short period of time.
Nah, totally understand, bro. Totally
Yeah.
understand.
It's good to see all y'all. Good to see all y'all.
Dating pool having pee in it.
Oh yeah, the dating pool definitely has pee in it.
How was it in Houston?
It's been beautiful in Houston. Actually, they're very approachable in Houston. It's been a total different experience. I tell brothers all the time. You leave New York, you will see a different experience. You would see a different type of woman.
Wow.
Because it's not the same when everybody, because I guess they haven't been shitted on like the women in New York, apparently.
No, they're
in other areas.
They're just Southern belles.
Yeah, the Southern hospitality is definitely real.
Yes.
That is definitely real. That femininity is definitely still there.
Yes.
It's definitely on full display.
So tell me about the femininity, because I keep hearing about this masculinity. So what does that actually mean? I thought most women were feminine.
Still loving hip hop. Told y'all that yesterday. It destroyed our sisters, man.
I told you, I've been my trip. I went down to Georgia a couple of weeks ago, and it was like we're in the supermarket, and you see them in the supermarket, like, yo, you think of the film crew is behind them, like, where are you going dressed up, like, you're in the supermarket, like. But the reality shows and got to them, I guess, that, that's what, I guess they think that men want. I definitely don't. Society must be telling them that, or social media, because everybody's also taking that selfie, got the filters on, and yeah, it's a lot.
I hear that from men a lot, that that's not what they want, I hear that. They're not looking for the eyelashes and the hair and the nails and the boobs and
But reality shows, social media, TikTok, everything's done for the gram. So it's like that's what they feel like. Okay, that's what they feel like they have to do. Like those, body surgeries and all that other stuff. It's like, don't ever say you did that for me, because I look at you like, go take it back. Take it back to the store, because I never wanted that. I never want that. Like, I take you as you are.
Right. Just because you gotta you gotta be a BBL don't mean nothing. Right. You gotta be a P and the P right here. Right. What's going on between them ears? Hello, somebody. Right. It's very serious out here. It's very serious. So, okay, so one of the things that once again that I heard, it was other things. Okay, so we got the whole millennial thing that we are dealing with out here and their mindset. But a lot of older women are not finding the type of men that they can build a life with. And so Will, what did you take away from that? And Dion, what do you think of that? I'm so glad I got y'all on here. Y'all got too late for my class, but whatever.
I think that some of these sisters, and I'm not sick. I mean, I guess you're supposed to want what you want. You know what I mean? But don't ask a man for something that you don't have. That's just my opinion. If you can't bring it to the table, if you don't have it yourself, stop looking for somebody to give you more than what you already have. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't meet them 100, stop fronting. I want a man that makes X amount of dollars, but you don't make that X amount of dollars. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I mean, and this is just my opinion. I feel that just because he doesn't make this he doesn't have the salary that you're looking for, you know what I mean, does not mean he's not a man that you can't build with.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean?
That's right.
I mean, and that's just my opinion. Because when I was going through it, my wife took care of me. She looked out for me. You know what I mean?
And I heard somebody say, I don't know who said it, like, I ain't doing that. I'm not raising a man, right? And I thought to myself, wow, But
And
then
that's the choice. That's the choice.
How was
yeah,
that?
but what they don't know is that you retired your wife, though, right? Because it might have been that way. You might have been having some difficulty initially, right?
Yeah,
And
you
you
should
were trying to get up on your feet and everything, but you retired your wife.
You said Sherry, Sherry?
you should have shared that. You know, you should have said you
Was
should
it I retired my wife?
that before.
Nah, my wife quit. She wasn't working.
You know, no, you should have shared. You should have shared that how you were struggling, how she took care of you. You know, and then now she don't
Well,
have.
I did mention that.
But
I
you,
Yeah,
did
you
mention
did.
that.
you
I
should
But she
mentioned that.
didn't give the other part.
But you should have
Yeah.
shared that you take care of her now. You know.
See,
You pay
with,
everything
with,
now.
with me, I don't mind taking care of the right one.
Right,
But I
right.
don't need her to be wanting to be a stay at home. I want her to have her own goals and career, her own vision of what she would like to do. Like there's no small kids at home to raise. So what are you
Right.
doing? I don't need you don't a homemaker. No, we do that.
Right. Right.
We can do that. I want you. Then you have then you have dreams as a child. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? You want to go back to school? That's great. Let's go.
Right.
Right,
I'm
right.
going to
Well,
support you. Like,
for her
I,
vision.
yeah, whatever your vision is, let's go. Let's make it happen. But like I
Yeah,
said,
that's what I
I'm
want.
willing to hold down everything. But you have to show me that, okay, you're not just along for the ride, because I've had them
Right.
along for the ride.
Right.
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
knew my lifestyle, and it was like, oh, I want to be a part of that.
Right. Right.
yeah.
Right.
And I had to, come to that realization, like, I don't need that. I need a partner with me.
Right.
Right. Right.
And I have to get rid of that, what I call, a liability. I need an asset.
Yes.
Yes, Lord. Hello.
Hello,
Speak
somebody.
that, bro.
So,
Speak that.
and for those that, like you said, those women that are, sorry, probably windy, little breeze out here.
Oh, it's okay.
Those women that are at a certain age that are not meeting the men to have a relationship with. Sometimes men see those women as being stuck in their ways.
Mm,
They're already set in their ways. So there's really gonna be no changing them, or no, bend, or no flexibility with them, because they're already set. And it's
right.
like, well, I don't want to do that. I'm looking for somebody that that's agile.
Yeah, but that can also be, but that could come from the hurt that they've experienced in their past
As well.
relationship. And I
Yep.
And
know
I can go with the
people
flexibility.
always saying don't bring the baggage, bring your old baggage into a new relationship, all that nonsense. Listen, man, we're human beings. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yo, we're going to have our defenses up. Until you show me something different, yes, we could date, we could do whatever, but I'm not going to let you all the way in just for me to get hurt again. No.
Right.
You know what I
But you
mean?
know,
A lot of us don't want to prove ourselves as being different. You know what I mean? Immediately, we just want to walk in and get what we ask for. We want the lust for them. We want the love from them. We want them to do everything that
Wait,
a wife
Will, you
would do, but
preaching
not wife
to
would.
the
You know what
past
I'm saying?
plate.
I want you to do everything a wife would do, but I'm not going to wife you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So what sense does that make? You know, so I can understand, because I see a lot. I know, I see a lot that goes on, and
Mhm.
it's real out here for these sisters. It's real. Like, a lot of men don't want to do the right thing, and then there's some women out here that have hurt men, and that's what I hate about some women's way of thinking. Like, men don't get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we've been through it too. You know what I mean? We've been scarred. We've been hurt before. You know what I mean? Yeah, women do cheat. Yes, they do. You know what I mean? And they cheat with
They
some
do.
that they think got more than what we have. You know what I mean? Because they feel like they want to get up. They want the next come up. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
hey,
Preaching, I'm finna pass you the plate.
I'm not just saying
What's
this
your
is true.
cash app?
This is true. My wife looking at me like, what you say? I was,
Tell my girl I say, hey, tell
I ain't telling her nothing. Yeah, but it's the truth though. Men get hurt.
Men get hurt, and it's hard to find somebody that you can be intimate with to let them in and be vulnerable with. Because then
Right.
you got to worry about, as a man, is she going to throw that back in my face?
Oh, of
Is
course.
she going to is she going to use that against me?
You
Is she
know
getting that
better than
mood?
that.
Yeah,
And
she.
women
It's
are
like,
notorious for
can
throwing
she
stuff
control?
in your face.
Can she control that urge to actually throw that back in my face? If, like, just say how a man, he went through something as traumatic as a child. Will
Mm-hmm.
she throw that back in his face, knowing how much that damaged him? Like, can she control that urge and be like, okay, I don't. That's what basically. I'm not gonna fight below the belt.
Right.
So, Will,
So
what did you say about the throwing it back in somebody's face? What did you say about that?
Series, some women, that's their way of getting back at you
the
and knowing how
vindictiveness.
to hurt you or punching, like B said, below the
Yeah.
belt. And then they go into past things or things that they know that you told them in confidence that
Right.
hmm
bothers them and that hurts them. And then here it is. Well, you did this and well that and you and
But
bringing back all these, bringing up old hurt. You know what I mean?
Yes.
that's because
hmm
they're hurting. This is, this. I think they're hurting also. I think that this conversation.
Then
You
I
bring it up,
recommend
Jerry.
therapy.
You got
I
to that.
recommend therapy. I recommend therapy. Get therapy before you get
Yes.
into a relationship. Get
Hello.
therapy. I'm a big component for it. Get therapy. No, do not make somebody else pay for your trauma. Get therapy. Seek therapy. My therapist was mad cool. I
Right.
will recommend him to the
I
end.
agree. I agree,
Like,
B.
get
I agree.
therapy. You need
And I
therapy. If
need,
you've been hurt, it's sitting in there. It's like a little green monster that's sitting in there that hurt. And you're gonna get into a relationship, and something's gonna trigger it, and it's gonna come out, and that person's gonna be sitting there like, "What the hell is it? What just happened?"
Yeah.
But we're just
Like,
getting.
what? And you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's from. Oh, wait a minute, that's from '79, and I'm catching it now."
Right.
We just get to a place where therapy is being accepted. It's still a work in progress. Like everybody's looking at therapy like I'm crazy.
yeah, I need a therapist, but I need a cheap one. I can't afford this price.
Oh my
If,
God.
if,
You laugh
if you
at
if,
me.
if you went through if you went through the pandemic without thinking you need therapy, then you need therapy more than you think you do.
I know I need therapy.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
need
But
it.
all of us.
I needed it pre-pandemic.
Everybody did. Everybody did.
But I think that and you, Benny, you hit up on something real talk, because before the pandemic, we covered up everything with work, with school, with children, with whatever. And then during the pandemic, you found out a lot of who you were. And
hmm
even going through the
Yep.
pandemic in and of itself was traumatic for a lot of people to be cut off and to be isolated, right? It didn't affect me necessarily in the same way because I like being by myself and I'm accustomed to that, right? But then that's also an issue when you're trying to date because you're used to being by yourself, right? So ain't nobody, making you, like, oh, you looking at them like, oh, you could be it, right? Because I'm accustomed to. So yeah, I need therapy around that, right? The other thing I wanted to say is
Oh, wait, but real quick. Time alone is therapy is itself. You know that
it is,
learning to be by
yes,
yourself is a great deal of therapy, and
yes,
being comfortable with yourself.
That
yes.
was the issue during the pandemic. Like she said, that people were cut off from being busy because then now they have to be bothered with themselves with their thoughts and their feelings, right? But
Right.
I think that during the pandemic, I was overloaded with people in therapy.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure.
You have to do group sessions. You can't even do one-on-ones because it was too much. People are really struggling. Huh?
I was doing both. I was doing groups and I was doing one-on-ones, and I was every day. And then when we started doing it virtually, I was drained every day.
Yeah. It can drain you. It really can. But I wanted to, it was something that I believe, I'm not even sure who said it now on this particular setting, about us and how we deal with one another. I'm not even sure who said it. No, Cherie, you were getting ready to say something. What were you getting ready to say?
When about us dealing with each other?
Yes.
I'm talking about just as a people. Forget about marriage, you know, or building, making a commitment. I was talking about just how we deal with each other as a people, how women deal with each other. You know, it's just unhealthy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sherry, you said something earlier about helping one another,
Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
and that's the total opposite of what I felt when I came to Houston.
really.
Mm.
Ever since I got here, everyone I've met, like, yo, bro, what's your business you're doing? What are you doing this? What are you doing that? What you need? Let me know. Let me know. I got numbers in my phone of people that I can't even remember who they were.
Right.
Right.
Like, once you get settled, hit me up. Let's go do this. Let's go play golf. And I'm like,
So my
'cause
thing was just that I think overall we don't help each other, but I've been blessed to get to have certain people around me that I don't even have to talk to every day. I don't have to talk to them for years. You know, when I go to them, just like I went to Will and said, listen, this is what I want to do. You know, he was open, and I was talking about another therapist when I started a group practice, and I wanted to hire other therapists. She walked me through everything. She walked me through everything I needed to do. You know,
Yeah.
we don't have enough of that.
Reaching out to one another and helping one another.
There's too much competition, and that's why brainwashed.
It's very hard to and it's sad. I'm gonna make the statement. It is what it is. We do not support each other the way we should.
Right.
I'm not gonna give that person my money. I'm not gonna just because they know you, just because they grew up with you. You would think that they would want to see you doing well,
Victoria.
and
Those are the ones who don't.
and that's either that or I've known him for so long. I don't want to pay. I don't, I'm not coming where he is so he can get my money.
Right.
Listen. I work hard for mine. My largest supporters are not from where I'm from.
Mine saying.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Period. That's why when I remember you ladies came to visit me at Mick one time, and you said, I don't know anybody here. Don't be surprised.
Paid to get in. Was we complaining, Kim?
No. I only did it because it was Will. Because Will know I don't go out.
Right, exactly. I know that. And I know that.
Through, right? And I don't do it often, but because it's Will, if I can get there, I'm gonna get there. Just because on the strength of you.
And I appreciate that. But it shows like, or they're standing at the door looking for you, or they expect something. I'm like, listen, I got a wife, 3 kids, and 2 grandkids. If you don't want to pay, then I'm working for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Facts.
So all of that, I believe in humanity. I understand Black have to support Black. I get that. You know what I mean? But you know what? We have to do better with our customer service. We have to do better with handling our own people. We gotta show that reciprocated love, man.
Right.
Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, you want to make it, you're gonna make it outside of your neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it outside of your neighborhood. There's no ceiling. You know what I'm saying? When you see a ceiling, that's when you failed. You have to look past that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And when I say ceiling, I mean outside of your environment. I don't want to be known as a Hempstead promoter. I don't want to be known as a Long Island promoter. I go anywhere I want to make money.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And that means I got to go outside of my comfort zone. I got to go outside of the people that know me. And most of my business is through referral.
Right.
Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, wherever, it's through referral.
Because of your character, Will. And you know what I'm saying? That's what sustains you.
Yeah, it's the same. Because even in my practice, people ask me, how do I get my referral? How do I get my people? What platform am I on? I'm like, I don't get it today. I get most of my people.
Right. Me too. Me too, believe it or not.
Yeah, and it's
People
disappointing though.
because they
It's
had it.
disappointing to know people for so long, and they still
Expect
want
it.
to come and ask for you at the door for $10 or $20.
Well, because they don't want to pay $10 to get in.
Listen to me, and you understand this, right? It's not like I've never let the men free before.
Mhm.
It's not like I've never bought them a drink before.
Wow.
It's not that I've never fed them before.
Wow.
And on top of, I donate to a lot of causes. You know what I mean? And still, people walk through that door with this entitlement because they know your name. This is not Cheers, man.
Wow.
Seriously.
You know, that's that. Anyway,
No,
I say support those who support you. I don't care what color they are.
No, but you know what though? My mindset is totally different. My mindset is I support people. If I decide I want to support them, and even if they don't support me, I'm gonna support them anyway.
Right.
Absolutely.
And in doing that, I'm always supported by somebody. It could be
Right.
somebody random.
Right.
It could be
Right.
somebody random that comes and say, "Listen, I want to do this. I heard you doing this, and I know you do all these things." I support anyway. You need somebody to support. I support. I have Sybil, my friend Levada. What he say?
Well, Terry, it's wonderful what he just said about Will.
Yeah, that's my man. Let me tell you, that man right there is one of the most humble, most honest.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's
Don't
crazy,
get
but one thing he will,
Let me tell you.
and he don't care who it is, he's going to speak the truth to you. Because
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how many times he had to check me, but I had to take it because it was love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love T for that.
Yeah.
He's always been, a straightforward dude, know, and everybody's not going to like him, but he was about his money. That's
Right.
it, about his business, and he loves what he does. He loves what he do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
People don't respect that.
No.
People don't respect the hard work that people put in, and then they just want something for nothing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. It's not fair. It's not, and I'm gonna get back to this really quick. I just want to say it's about humanity. You can. I don't care about black support, black business support this. No, man, it's about humanity. 80% of my staff is black. 80%. My partners are white. It is what it is.
Right.
I tell this to everybody. When a black man had an opportunity to bring me in as a promoter, he did not. He felt threatened. I made my own way by Ray Murphy, Uncle Ray Murphy, Eddie Murphy uncle when he had the mix. Y'all remember the mix?
Of course.
Levittown? Uncle Ray gave me my shot. And after that, it was Bob Goodrich, Richie Bedrosian, and Richie Markowitz. 3 white men that gave me a shot.
Wow. Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised.
Okay.
And I'm just keeping it above.
Yeah.
But guess what? My staff, my partnerships, all my relationships, they're my guys. They're my people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay, maybe the owners may be Indian, white, Jewish, whatever it is. But listen, I gotta learn what they know to bring it back to my community.
Hello, somebody. Say
Smart.
so.
That's smart.
With that being said, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I want to get back because I'm gonna be jumping off in a minute. I want to get back to y'all.
I gotta mute y'all.
Huh? Oh, he muted out his thing. I want to get back to this because I know we went kind of like a little bit outside of our realm, but I think it's dope because I think that what Will is saying is that we do need to support one another. We do need to be there for one another. And I think that when we begin to love on ourselves, we can give love, like you said, Cherie, more freely, and we operate differently. Even when they're not being that kind and gracious towards us, we still be kind and gracious towards them. But that just shows who you are. That shows who you are. It talks about your character. And what I find in relationships is that it's always like, well, no, you ain't do this for me. And Dion, you said, Benny Ha, you said it. You said women are expecting, and I believe this is what you said. You said, I couldn't remember it before, that women, you want your woman to work. You want her to contribute. You want her to go after her goals and her dreams. Nobody's taking care of any babies now, right? But there are a lot of people who do not believe or want their women to excel like that. You understand what I'm saying? And so that therein lies a huge problem, because it's one thing to retire your wife, but it's a whole nother thing that you coming into the situation, women are like, doing that, I ain't with you. Right? If you're not on top of your game, then what am I going to do with you? Maybe y'all can build something together, is my point. And I'm gonna say right there, because I really feel like we lose because we don't see the value in who a man is if he's not making $150,000 a year. Right? We don't see the value in who they are. And I think therein lies the problem, right? Because you're still valuable even if you make $30,000 a year. And Will said it, be consistent. Will said, be consistent. Will said, women have been hurt and dogged out here in these streets. And that's the reason why women act the way that they do, right? Because they've been hurt, right? But men have been hurt too. So where is the break-even point, right?
The thing is, that's when we start thinking about people have to start healing. That's
Therapy.
Therapy.
You gotta know that you have something to heal.
Yes.
So people have normalized bullshit.
Okay, there go Will.
People have normalized bullshit.
Even last night, I think the young lady said, I'm not to, because I don't generally do that, but it was more or less somebody said something about they're still sleeping with somebody. They're still having sex with people, but they don't have any commitment. They just kicking it. Right? There's no love in that.
I missed that part.
That's just basically accepting whatever she can get right now.
We talked earlier.
That's accepting whatever she can get right now.
Right.
If that's what she wants to do, but then there's no expectation. She's not expecting him to marry her.
She grown.
Then fine.
She grown.
Yeah,
she grown until she feels that she's supposed to get something different, but she grown. If that's what she do, that's what she want. Don't complain about it though.
Yeah,
I don't even think she was. I think it was so normal for her because in this social economy, that's what they're doing. We're just gonna hook up. We're just gonna sleep around with each other. We're gonna do it. As long as you ain't no ho, I think you're fine. Just don't.
Hey, if all you want is a short stay, then hey, don't complain about it later.
Right. Exactly. Somebody said somebody will get an STD. You know what, Felicia? We don't want no STDs over here. We're too old for that. But anyway, y'all, this has been absolutely dope. Well, I didn't know I was going to be able to get you back on here for real. And then we got...
it's all love. I enjoy it. And again, you got a therapist on here, and so it helps me. You know what I mean?
She was in there regulating.
Huh?
She was in there regulating last night.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
And I say this to my clients: I don't tell anybody anything I didn't have to say to myself. I had to do my own healing. And it's continuous.
Yeah,
I work on it. There's certain things that I still do every day so that I can stay on track to where I need to be.
Girl, please, I'm a blessed mess. So I'm gonna tell y'all. Listen, you know what I mean? I'm a blessed mess. I think the good Lord every day, man. Every day. You know,
Yes.
yeah. So I'm with you.
All can say that. I think we all can say that. I just think it was so amazing because there was so much real conversation. And Cherie, I think we need to do the 2.0 cocktails, emotions 2.0, cocktails and conversation. And when people came to the emotions forum, they met people, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think
Right?
the whole dating thing is just gonna run. It's the women are gonna come, but it's gonna run the men away. I think that's an open. I'm
But
telling
it's
you.
also you also got to find out why they're not showing up.
It was a cute
Yeah, but she's asked, B.
time
She's
Yeah.
asked. And what
Okay.
did they say, Sherry?
What did they say?
about what?
Not
About
showing
why
up
they wasn't coming?
or
Why the
not
men
coming
not showing up?
to
Oh my God, there was so many different reasons. Because I
exactly.
went to barbershops. Women, the masculinity thing with women, they don't want relationships. They want to be, they stuck in their way. They want to be in control. It's just so many different things.
Man, these dudes don't want to get exposed. They don't want to come up into backstage. Okay,
Oh, wait.
hold
Vic
on.
Brad is in the building. Go ahead.
They don't want to. They don't want to come in the backstage saying that they're coming to a speed dating event, run into somebody that they already dated, and then somebody possibly find out
Mm-hmm.
the other person that he's dating find out that he went to a speed dating event. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, that's true.
got multiple situations,
That's just too many things.
huh?
That's good.
There's too
Because
many
a lot of
things.
people met at the Emotions Forum. From what I heard, it was a whole lot of hooking up. I just didn't know.
I mean, but that's something different. You didn't make it a
Mhm.
speed dating
Yeah.
event, right?
Right.
Okay, so
I like the speed dating concept, but if you want to change it, that's fine. I like
I mean that's all up to you guys. Listen, Mikasa Sukasa. I just like to be there. I like listening.
And when we did it the first time, it was really cute. I really liked the fact
Yeah, it was more conversation than it was anything. I mean, when the speed dating process started to happen, and that was really dope. I like that.
It was.
But I didn't see I didn't see it this time. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know what's up with my brothers. I love them though.
Said men don't show up because of some women's behavior. Ooh. Okay. Okay, Tressa. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So whatever
That is the elephant in the room.
next month,
What you say, B?
That is the elephant in the room.
Oh,
our behavior.
Listen,
But can
Yeah.
I tell you
I'm
something?
I'm sorry. I'm just not in complete agreement with that. I mean, I think there's multiple reasons why men don't show up.
Mhm.
Something, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So,
That comes from us. It ain't coming from the women.
right. And I get
We're
and I
not showing up because we don't damn it want to.
right.
Period.
I get tired of
You know what I mean?
women. Like you ain't coming because you don't want to come.
Nah. That's why they're not coming.
Right.
Yo, I'm that dude. I'm not going to no speed dating event. What, man? I'm that dude. Yeah, that's what they say to themselves. Until their asses is old and by themselves and wishing and praying that they had a woman
Wishing
that they
and
come
praying
home
I went to
to.
that speed
I'm telling
I
you,
would
who the
if I'm available, I would come one to support, but to also give a male perspective on some things as well.
but that's your maturity level, though, B.
Just to be able
That's
to
your
like
maturity
so they
level.
can hear a man's like opinion about something and be
That's
willing
your
to
maturity
learn.
level. Most men
Yeah.
ain't on that level, bro. How many of your dudes that you know that you can talk to on a heart to heart that can have that has the same experience that you have, that you can
Hmm.
really talk to them and they can understand where you're coming from, bro. It's
Yeah,
not
and they all
cool.
married.
I
They all married too.
got a pool of dudes that I know,
Hmm.
maybe a couple of hundred. And I can only talk to two that can relate because
Yeah.
everybody's not responsible.
Hmm.
You dig what I'm
Wow.
saying?
really sad.
Everybody's not responsible. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Wow.
You know, you don't talk to a man about supporting his kids and don't support his kids. You
That's
ain't gonna talk
right.
about a man about bills that you paying at home and he living with his mama.
Right.
Because he can't relate.
Play. Nah. So what are we talking about?
Right.
What are we talking
Well,
about?
Cherie, I think it's cocktails and conversation, honey. Moving on into April. Let's get
You
it.
know.
Okay.
So I mean, it is what it is.
We can get the good airplane ticket to be up here.
Well,
Yo,
y'all got
Carl,
cold
come
weather
down
there.
to Houston.
It's cold. It's cold there. I just got home this morning. It's cold there. Y'all got snow yesterday.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
be
do
there
that
at the
stuff
end of
no
the
more.
month, B. I'll be
Okay.
in Houston
End of the month.
End of the month.
End of the month. Yeah, I'll be here because I go to Atlanta. Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
be
I'll
here.
be there from like
And
28th to the 30th. Or 31st.
Memorial Day, they have this thing called Black Cigar Week out here. Amazing.
Well, I'll be there. I don't smoke cigars, but I'm coming out.
Yeah. It's
I'm
an
coming out.
amazing event.
Yo.
Yeah.
All right,
Definitely coming out.
y'all connected and y'all gonna be hooking up and everything. That's
I didn't even know he was in Houston. I had no idea.
he left
I
us.
I creeped away from the cold weather.
There ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. I'm taking my wife out of here 4 years. I'm done. 4.
You can't retire. You can't retire in New York. So I had to go. You can't retire in New York. I can't.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Nah, I hear you. Before I'm going, man. We out of here.
That no state tax definitely caught my
I think
attention.
everybody getting out of here soon.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
It was the quality of life, the property value, the people, and that southern hospitality was just it just sold me.
It's on a whole nother level.
Yeah, when somebody
Man,
say hi to you and you ain't got to jump back and you be like, yo.
You see this? Well,
Vic, you can't stay in my pocket, little bro. Vic is expensive, y'all. Vic
is like, you can't go. You stuck here.
Police.
What we talking about? April.
We'll talk about that offline, sis.
Yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna do that, and then we'll do cocktails and conversation. Y'all get ready. And I'm telling you, at some point, all the brothers gonna start coming out, and they'll be there in April because it'll just be cocktails and conversation. And
that'll be dope. That'll be dope.
Be amazing.
I hope the sisters will still come though.
No, the sisters are gonna come because it's gonna be men there.
Hopefully.
So they will. Just like, remember when we were doing the Emotions Forum, there was about 100 and something people in that room, Cherie, in Spices.
Oh,
and it was men, it was wall to wall. There was only standing room only in there. So when we have the Emotions Forum at Spices, it was absolutely amazing.
So why did y'all stop?
Because Darren had to go and do something, and Russ couldn't come every week, and it was just a thing.
Oh, y'all was doing it every week?
Every week we was doing, and people were showing up every week. It was nuts.
They was just coming there for the jerk chicken.
No, they was coming there because the brothers was there, and the brothers was like, oh, and they were seeing the sisters, and it was dope. Cherie, wasn't it dope?
Yeah, it was.
It was amazing.
She said that too slow, Kim.
She did. I don't like your
attitude. Yeah, she's like,
that was the tea.
I don't like that attitude.
That was the.
Yeah.
That was.
What do you say, Sherry?
I said that was this. The see how we keep coming in and out.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, so guys, this was dope. I am super duper late for my class. I love y'all. Thank y'all for getting on. Will, I'm catching you short notice.
Yeah, it was dope. I always like getting on here.
This is dope, Dion. You showing off. I don't like you right now.
B, are you showing me your pool, bro?
I know. I don't even like him right now.
Bag, yo. You got your tank top on. It's cold as hell.
Yeah.
I'm just not feeling you, bro.
And wait, and Will sitting up here in a flannel nightshirt.
Hello. Hello.
Y'all keep that cold weather there. I can't do that no more. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do
Yeah,
that.
I bet you can't sound like my sister. She in Florida. Oh, I can't
It's
do
like
that no more.
I
Listen,
can't do that
I'm
no more. It's like 82 right now. I'm good.
All right, y'all.
got to go. Y'all have an awesome and
Good
amazing
night,
night. And
family.
everybody, thank y'all for
Yes,
watching.
indeed.
I'll see
Good to
y'all
see y'all.
tomorrow night at 7.
Take
All right,
care,
have a good
B.
night.
Y'all.